Where did it go?
Man, we live with it. Welcome back to episode 5 of Locker Room Chat. It's going to get crazy later on, ladies and gentlemen, but welcome back. We got a new member, a new gang member. Say, nah, I can't say that, but shit, tell them who you is, all that other stuff. Tell them where you from, what you represent.
Type. All right, what's up, y'all? Name's Kalan from Fresno, California. Instagram is Flavor, so that's what people be calling me. Currently, I reside in an H, so and I played football at Fresno State University, so I feel like I'm a little knowledgeable. A little got some credentials, so I'm ready. I'm ready. Happy to join the family, man.
Bet. Hey, but for real though, your ass, when you went to Fort Lewis, you locked down my homeboy Reek that year. Cause
Oh
he
yeah,
number 11. I don't know if you remember. He had dreads.
from what school?
Adams.
Yep.
Yeah, y'all strapped his ass,
No, I did.
huh?
No, I did.
Well, yeah, you strapped. No, because a lot of people didn't know. A lot of people don't know he had like 1,000 yards because we played y'all week 6.
hmm
He was like number 1 in the country at D2 at wide receiver because he transferred and went D1 later. But nigga, that's so crazy because I didn't go to that game because I was hurt, so I had to sit out
Yeah.
here. When they came back, because we looked at it, we didn't believe it, bro, because he used to drop like 150 on every
I
DB,
remember that.
bro, because he averaged 150. That's the funny thing about it.
I remember that. I was like, I saw it on the schedule. I saw his number. I saw it because he was the number one receiver. So he was the number one, going down the depth chart. Got to look at who to watch, spotlight. I
Bro,
saw him. I was like, oh, it's a test.
yeah, oh God. So when he came back, we was like, damn, nigga, you got strapped? 60 yards? It might have been less than 60 yards, but I can't really remember. But
He had less than that for sure.
he might have been less than say, I'm being nice being 60s.
He had one catch for 5 yards. I'm gonna tell you that. Yeah, one catch for 5 yards.
Hey, the film don't lie, but it's so crazy, bro. That then me and you link up, and then that happens, bro. I wanted that nigga to be on the show, but he was probably at work. But dog, that is hilarious, bro. Like, cause he's not ass,
I know. I'm not saying that. That's why I was like,
yeah,
it's a test.
but yeah, bro. He's not ass, so it's like, nigga, for you to strap that nigga and hold that nigga less than 60, bro. That shit is beyond crazy. And y'all was cold that year, but then after you left, they Fort Lewis ass.
Oh nah, nah. I don't know what happened. I ain't gonna lie, cause we had me. I was transferred from Fresno State. We had a receiver that was transferred from Wyoming. We had a lineman that was transferring from Army. So we were supposed to like really be doing something. I don't know. It all fell apart.
Yeah, that's hilarious, bro. Welcome. We got 2 new people that joined the chat. Welcome, but yeah, nigga, but yeah, you valid on that DB shit. I can't even argue with you, nigga. You valid, and the fact that you fuck with P because P was 5 too. So yeah, nah, nigga, you valid. But
I
shoot, I
appreciate that.
want to talk about that nigga Kevin Durant going to Houston. So
Oh man.
I think it's over with for Kevin Durant because they say he was supposed to go to Boston. He ended up not going to Boston. But I mean, I like him better in Houston than I did versus him in uh, who is this? Chris He said I was there. Yeah.
Who said that?
Chris Milton.
Oh yeah, that's my pops. Shout out pops in the
Shout
in the
out
chat.
Pops. Shout out Pops. I'm at Brock Bowers people's house right now. He ain't want to hop on, bro. He camera shy. So
Oh man.
yeah, he camera shy, Pops. But yeah, I like him better in Houston than I do in Phoenix. But
I'm not gonna lie, he is a good fit in Houston, but I don't know about giving up Jay Green and light skin bro, both of them.
yeah, yeah, I got you, Pops. He said, "Tell Warren and hello for me."
I don't know who that is.
Shoot. Oh, damn. I don't know who Warren is either. No, I don't know. But yeah, I don't like the trade and what they gave up for him. But shoot, I don't know, bro. He should have just, I don't know. Uh,
I think because you gave up like that's a future. You know, like you gave up part of your future of your team for somebody who could probably gonna retire in the next 3.
yeah. But they wouldn't. I would have loved to see him at the Wolves, but then again, who you giving up for him to go to the Wolves? But he didn't even know he was getting traded. That's the crazy thing about it. So I'm like,
No, I mm-mm. I don't
I'm
know. It might be good for Houston if they can put more pieces around KD because he can't. I mean, he's proven he can't do it himself.
yeah, he has proven that he can't do it himself. And
So they're gonna have to bring somebody else in there. Ain't no superstars there yet.
damn, I don't know who else Houston, because Houston gonna have to get somebody else if they'll make a run. But they got a good coach though.
They, they got a good coach.
They got a good coach. I don't know. I don't know who. I don't know who else. I don't know who else they're gonna get to get
They
over
could,
to Houston. You
they got to get like a cold point guard.
you
But
can't
who
get
they gonna get?
you can't get Giannis. Getting Giannis is that
Oh
is
no, that's gonna be ridiculous. And
that
I'm saying like they gonna have to try to go for like a Ja Morant,
shit, nigga. John Moran ain't going out there, motherfucker, bro.
bro. All I'm saying is KD not gonna win with Fred VanVleet.
But
Uh,
Fred VanVleet, but he know how to win a championship. Shit, he beat KD.
no, Kawhi beat KD.
Well, KD beat KD because he. So we're gonna just leave that at that. KD beat KD because he got hurt, but I mean, I don't know, bro. I think it's done. I think if he wants another chance, that he should go back to the Warriors, bro. Try to get traded again. But other than that, bro, it's done. And then KD, my favorite player too, bro. I rock with KD. But
I ain't gonna lie, what would have been cold is if he went back to OKC.
man, I'd have been fired. But I would have looked bad on Samodo. Hey, bro, Kevin Durant going back to OKC would have looked so bad on him. I wish, bro. At
I
this
mean,
point, he
he
should.
could just retire there at that point.
Yeah, he could retire, but you know, Kevin Durant isn't the best OKC player of all time. I already told niggas that. I said as soon as SGA win that championship, he'll be the best OKC player of all time. We don't need Kevin Durant getting jealous. Nah, I'm playing.
He
But
said he might play the role. You know, he
no,
can get jealous and go to state with Steph
no,
Curry.
he can't go back to OKC, bro. It's too late, bro. SGA is the best OKC player of all time, bro. Someone said he said Lakers are about to build with new ownership. That will be a good spot for the rebuild. Bro, LeBron need to retire. Chris, LeBron needs to retire, bro.
Who?
LeBron?
Say that again.
So Chris left in a comment. He said Lakers about to build with new ownership. That will be a good spot for the
Why
rebuild.
you why you think Bron need to retire?
Nigga, because he's done. He's not winning anymore. You don't tell me you wanted them bronze sexuals, bro.
Bro, hey, listen, bro. It ain't finna be no Bron slander right now. That's
Nah, bro. You go on with
mm-mm.
that bronze sexual stuff. No, the
Nah.
Lakers. Yes, but Chris is right. The Lakers are in rebuild, but the Lakers need to get rid of LeBron in order for them to do some rebuilding because LeBron is just in the way, bro. He need to go back to Cleveland, retire in Cleveland, and call it a wrap. Other than that, bro, LeBron just needs to go on about his business. He's ruining the Lakers. I used to be a Lakers fan till LeBron went to LA.
But how is he ruining the Lakers? I want that.
So I'm gonna tell you this right now. LeBron going to the Lakers and winning that bullshit ass championship, excuse my French, that don't mean nothing because nobody was even. Hey, welcome new viewers to the chat. We got some new viewers because LeBron winning that bull crap ass indoor tournament, that COVID tournament, bro, is bull crap though. Because again, they played with no fans and the rules was tampered. So it was
How were the rules tampered? they was hooping just without fans. I feel like that's when the real hoopers was really hooping.
No,
Even the players said that was like one of the hardest environments they had to play in because it was just them hooping.
no, no, no. So you one of them niggas that really believe LeBron James the best basketball player ever, huh?
Oh, 100%.
Why?
The best basketball player?
Ever? You really believe LeBron is the best basketball player ever?
Yes. I want you to tell me how he's not. He leads in all categories.
See, I'm not a big numbers person.
What
I look at the style of play.
he's played every style of basketball.
Well, it doesn't
He's
concern you. So it doesn't not concern you that this nigga doesn't play defense. How can you be the best basketball
he
player
was wasn't he number 2 in the running for defensive player of the year? Which he actually should have won that
last
year.
win? Because you only got one. I think LeBron only has. If I'm not mistaken, LeBron only has one defensive player of the year, and I think Kobe got like 6. That nigga don't play defense. Yes, he's a great passer. Yes, he's a good rebounder. Yes, he's a good dunker.
What
Even
is what is I don't even need to figure out what is his stats in block shots.
I gotta go. I need to go look it up.
It's Googleable.
I'm gonna go. Hold up. It's watered down and needed to keep fan engagement. They pondered around LeBron. The bubble year was horrible. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris. Thank you for coming on here and talking with some sense.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you. That's what I've been trying to tell this light skin.
Okay, so so who you think the best basketball player ever is?
Kobe Bryant or Michael
So
Jordan
you think? Oh my goodness! You said Kobe Bryant. Since
or
when
Michael
did you
Jordan.
start thinking Kobe was the best basketball player ever?
Because he never left. And he won all his championships with one team. This nigga had to go on super teams. Come on, bro. You know this. This is the same argument that keeps getting repetitive after a while, bro. We know why LeBron isn't the best. He needed Kyrie, he needed Kevin Love, he needed Chris Bosh, and he needed the greatest three-point shooter of all time. This is why we know LeBron isn't the best. At this point, it's just starting getting old because we all know who the best basketball player is, and it's definitely not LeBron James. No offense.
So why do you think it's Michael Jordan or Kobe?
I just told you they have never left their team.
So that just because they never left their team makes them the best?
They didn't need a super team. They didn't need a super team. They didn't need a super team to win. LeBron James did. And like Chris said, they pondered around LeBron the bubble year. Like they wanted them to win. I'm gonna tell you this right now. They didn't even get a goddamn parade, nigga. So that should tell you everything you need to know.
It was COVID. It was COVID. Nobody got a parade.
I don't care. They could have postponed the parade.
It was COVID.
Yeah, so that just shows you right there why that
you couldn't get 6 feet within between anybody.
No, that shows you just why that championship was bullcrap. Because
wow.
LeBron didn't get no parade. Yeah.
Wow.
LeBron ain't getting no parade.
And Kobe couldn't win without Shaq. Let's talk about it.
He did win without Shaq.
Oh, and Pau Gasol. So he won't. Kobe won with a super team. Are you serious?
Comparing Pau Gasol to Shaq?
So you not gonna say Shaq and Kobe? 2 All-Stars in that era?
Okay, that's
where most teams had one.
Nigga, that's two teams in two. That's 2 different players.
Let me ask you a question. We talk about super teams, right? And in the Shaq and Kobe era, right? When most teams had one superstar on their team, one All-Star. Shaq and Kobe, what were they? All-Stars.
Dude, that is
so he won with an All-Star duo, right? In a non-super team era.
That is 2 again. Different players in 2 different times.
Oh, then we got Pau Gasol, Lamar Odom, Kobe Bryant.
Bro, that is 2 different.
So are those not super?
But they are superstars. They are superstars. But what I'm saying is this, nigga, LeBron had 3 superstars in their prime at the same time.
So did Kobe.
No, he did not. Nigga, Pau Gasol and freaking Shaq played in 2 different time zones.
But they weren't in this. They weren't in their prime.
Yes, but that's not the point.
What point are you making then?
No.
And then with Michael Jordan, his era, when he won the championships, it was him, Scotty, Rodman. In an era where there was one superstar on each team, right? So is that not a super team?
No.
But those are Hall of Famers.
Listen. No, bro. You can't compare that, bro. This nigga had Chris Bosh.
They won with super teams and non-super team eras.
This nigga had Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade and the greatest 3-point shooter of all time at that time, including himself, bro. That's a fire-ass lineup. You give LeBron and Kobe that, bro. And then why are we even talking about this nigga? Bro, the nigga went to 10 straight finals, only won 4. 3. I ain't even counting that.
Sorry, he had to go against the greatest super team ever.
That's horrible.
Greatest super team ever, which he also came back down 1-3. And came back and got the dub.
When he came back down 1-3, that wasn't the greatest super team ever.
You forget who we're talking about. We're talking about Braun.
That wasn't.
We're talking about the king.
That wasn't the greatest. That wasn't the greatest though. That wasn't the greatest super team ever.
We're talking about Savannah's man.
We're talking about Savannah's man. We're talking about Savannah's man. Man,
you don't respect Miss James.
No, I mean, man, shout out to Miss James, but shoot, we saw the way LeBron was looking at them white women, what them white women was looking at LeBron. We saw how the white women was looking at LeBron.
He was big,
strong black man. I forgot you team no milk.
Yeah.
Hey, I forgot you team no milk, dude. No milk. Hold on, what Chris say? He said none of MJ championships came with the same 5. Thank you, Chris. Chris knows.
Oh my gosh, but it came with a solid 2. It came with the solid Scottie Pippen and Rodman. It came with a solid one of them.
Hey, Chris, if you ever want to hop on the show and talk some jump, bro, tap in with me. Tap in, bro, for real. Tap in DMs, bro, because you know what you're talking about.
But listen, he a Jordan fanatic, and like you can't even argue with him.
But it makes sense though, because his wordplay and his delivery is so. It just makes so much sense. It says none of MJ's championships came with the same 5. Jordan made everyone around him elevate. That is facts. But Chris, I am going to say this though. Chris, Kobe is better though. And we could talk about that all day. He said I would not be arguing with my son. I said,
Kobe, listen, Kobe. No, with all due respect to Kobe Bryant. Okay, I'm just gonna be real and be honest here.
He got 5 championships.
Since nobody wants to say it. Okay, since nobody wants to say it. Nobody started thinking Kobe was even a top 3 basketball player of all time.
For real? No. Say that again?
Nobody was even considering Kobe Bryant a top 3 player of all time, until rest his soul. But, until then, that's when people started tapping and being like, oh, they were arguing Bron and Mike and throwing Magic and Kareem up there. That's who were the 4 they were ever talking about. Kobe, they were like, yeah, maybe he's top 5 at 5, 6 maybe. No, he was never top 5. He was never top 3.
And cut out the nonsense. Hey, who's your favorite football team?
Me? I ain't gonna lie to you, brother. I ain't have one when I was growing up because I was playing football though, and I was like, I'm finna go to one of these teams, so I'm not gonna be biased and be like, I don't want to go to this team, that team. And then also my uncle was playing in the NFL. He was playing for the Jags, Bengals, and Cowboys. So, I'm just fans of who my friends play.
Like me?
You said who?
You're a Cowboys fan like me? Why are you making
It's 5 o'clock.
Why are you making that face?
You lost me when you said that, brother. I don't. That's like the one team that's like.
Your uncle played for the Cowboys. Man.
Yeah, but we don't. That don't mean we like the Cowboys.
So you're secretly a Cowboys fan.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
That's what that sounds like. Oh snap! We got OG in here.
When the last time the Cowboys won for real?
Hey, bro, black people. How you doing? How you doing,
Hey,
beautiful brother?
I had things going on, sir.
No, it's all cool. It's all cool. No, it's all cool. It's good. You know, he's a Fresno State dude too, so y'all got something in common.
What's
Okay,
popping?
But
what's going on?
Marshall's the OG. You know, hey Chris, I got an OG. I got an old head for you, Chris.
Watch the old head talk, youngin.
Come on, bro. Marshall, you classified as old head, bro. Look. You drinking soda and shit, bro. Yeah, come on, bro. You classified as old
What
head.
kind of soda is that?
I don't drink soda. You know that.
What kind of juice is that?
Carbonated water.
Colored carbonated water?
Mm-hmm.
That's one of them ice drinks.
Where's the cigar?
I'm probably gonna. It's hot as hell out here. It's 100 degrees, so I'm probably gonna go in the backyard later.
Oh yeah, it's hot over there. Yeah, you in the valley. Hey, so let's talk about it. You know who Ryder Lyon is, right, Mars?
Quarterback from Folsom.
Okay, yeah, we about to get into this. So now we about to talk. Now we about to really talk. So
Where your clothes at, bruh? Freaky.
I didn't even realize he ain't had no shirt on till he, you know.
Hey, I can have my shirt off.
All right.
Go
So
ahead.
yeah, let's
Where
talk.
your tattoos at?
I don't got none of them. I'm natural. It be you light skinned niggas that be needing them enhancements.
Tattoos don't mean you ain't natural. Shut up.
No, I don't need enhancements. When I take my shirt off, the ladies be like, "Oh snap, you ain't got no tattoos."
Brother,
I'm like, no,
that's not enhancements. That's just some artwork.
it is
Yeah,
enhancements.
exactly. You
Man,
don't
shut
like
up.
art?
It is
Somebody
enhancements.
tattoos talking shit about somebody with tattoos. Shut up.
I don't need them. I look good.
Nobody. It's a want. It's not a need.
What, a tattoo?
Yeah. I could
have-
definitely go without these tattoos, but you know, I like art.
So let me ask y'all a question. You tattoo niggas. So would y'all still get a tattoo if it looked ugly on you?
Huh?
Would you still get a tattoo if it looked ugly on you?
I can't even answer that.
That's a
No.
stupid. That's a,
Who would get
you,
ugly?
So you're saying no. So my point exactly is y'all still use tattoos for some type of enhancement to look good. That's the whole point.
No. Let me
do
explain.
you wear a shirt if it makes you look ugly?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't wear a shirt that make me look ugly.
Okay, so look.
You just agreed with my point.
No, I'm about to explain it to you because you asked a dumbass question. In life, you know, I'm well put together. Even at pushing 50, I'm much more put together than a person half my age, right? However, tattoos does not make Dante who Dante is. I was Dante before I started putting tattoos on my body. So my point to you is this: in your everyday life, you do not walk around 24/7 without a shirt on. So how is that an enhancement? I'm confused.
Bro, I'm not even gonna get in deep into this.
You asked the question and I'm getting clarification, sir.
The point is, the clarification is, majority of people get tattoos that look good.
How do you know? If you don't have any tattoos, how can you speak for somebody that has tattoos?
Why would you not get something that doesn't look good on you if you're gonna put it on your body for the rest of your life?
That an enhancement some people get tattoos because they're paying homage to a loved one.
Okay, that's the point. But they want it to look good. They don't want to just put some stuff.
But that's not the point. That's not what you said. You said people get tattoos for enhancements. That has nothing to do with anything. Of course, if you're gonna get some permanent shit on your body, you want it to look good, sir. But the way you're saying it is like how these chicks put on eyelashes and lipstick and shit. That's not what we do.
Some people do.
I can't speak for the YNs, man. I'm an OG now, so I don't know.
All I'm saying is I'm just favored with my beautiful chocolate covered skin with no ink on my body. Now,
say
What?
that then.
What?
Say that. Stop speaking on people who got 8.
Anyway, Marsh, let's talk about this boy Ryder Lyon because I want to get deep into detail with this because I'm about to say some real stuff here. How you feel about him going to BYU? Because I believe he's Mormon, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not sure if he
I'm
is
not
or
sure either. But how do you feel about him going? You think BYU is a good fit for Ryder Lyon?
I think first and foremost we have to look at it like this. With the emergence of social media and all these stars and all this hype that these high school players are now and youth players even are getting, you gotta go to the situation that best suits you. Um, if I'm not mistaken, he had a decent NIL offer from USC. He had some other suitors, but for whatever reason, he chose to go to BYU, which
I
is a
think it's
huge.
also because of religion beliefs, because I think he's big on his faith. I'm not sure if it's Christian or Mormon. I don't want to quote that to be wrong, but but I believe he went to BYU for religious beliefs.
Is that the statement? Because we don't know that to be 100%.
I don't know. I haven't looked up on the statement, but I've heard that was the reason.
So you're assuming.
Yeah, that was my assumption because it's a religious school.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna say this. Maybe BYU is giving him a better NIL deal. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I would have to go look that up in this.
Oh no, so that's my point, and I'm not knocking it either kind of way, but I'm saying if I can make $3 million at BYU and I only can make $785,000 at USC, I mean, isn't that a no-brainer?
Yeah, it is a no-brainer.
I mean,
it's the same way though. It's the same way though. They got the BYU ended up getting the number one recruit for basketball.
So what you think that is?
They must got some NIL money up there.
They do. Okay.
So that's my point. So
I ain't gonna lie. I couldn't go to BYU. You know the rules to go to BYU? You can't drop no rod off in BYU, boy.
That's your problem. That's your problem.
I'm real. That is the problem. That is the problem. But I graduated, play ball, and I made it throughout the way. But you talking about them law? We all know how them camps go. You're on campus, them camps from 5 a.m. all the way to 11 at night, the struggle. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, boy, you got to hold all that energy in. You can't release.
Listen, you can't hold off for $5 million.
I mean, at that point, you have to. I mean, yeah. I mean, you have to. For that situation, yes.
Man, that boy beat Vaseline and cocoa butter be his best friend.
Hey. How is dorm gonna look like Diddy Mansion?
Bro, I'm just saying, bro. Marsh, could you go to a BYU?
Yeah.
I'm talking about just back in the day, though.
Back in the day, BYU was in my conference. Before it was West, it was the Western Athletic Conference. We was 16 teams deep.
Like I said, shout out to Ryder Lyon for that. I couldn't go to no BYU, bro. I'm sorry. Yeah, maybe that is my problem. But hey,
the thing, I think you thinking from now all bullshit to the side. I think a lot of times people think with the wrong lens and they got the wrong perspective. When I was coming out of high school, going D1 was a big time deal.
It was big time.
It was big time. Like it wasn't. There was no social media. I mean, I graduated in 1997, so I Pat Hill first recruiting class. So it wasn't about me posting. I thank God. I want to say, and thank everybody else, my parents, for me getting my 20th offer to Jackass State. No. We talking about you narrowed it down to about 4 or 5 schools pretty quickly, and you made a decision, and you got busy. You signed your letter of intent, and you went to go get busy. Also, it was a different dynamic. We couldn't make money outside of that scholarship. You might have had they sometimes you would get a summer job if you stayed.
Unless you play baseball. Were you good at baseball?
I played baseball. Very young. I didn't. Once we got to high school, it was all football. But
back then, that's how you could have got side money playing baseball.
But not really. The NCAA was different back then.
Deion Sanders did it.
Okay, you talking about if you get drafted? That's what you talking about. That's
what I'm saying.
He's talking about 1 in a million football and baseball greats. Like, come on, man.
First of all, he's not the only one that played baseball and football.
But my point is this: you're making me digress. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about scholarship football, NCAA Division I scholarship athletics, right? So my point is this: you make your decision back then, you sign your letter of intent, you're focused on getting on campus and getting a starting position. That's the number one goal. It ain't about no money, it ain't about no Twitter, it ain't about none of that peripheral bullshit. It's about once I sign this letter of intent, that whole spring before I leave and graduate and go to my senior prom, I'm thinking about my freshman year of college football. That's what this shit is about. That that sentiment is no longer there because these a lot of them, I'm not going to say all of them, but a lot of these young people, they're sidetracked by the peripheral stuff and they don't have love for what the main thing is. You got to keep the main thing, right? Now, I'm not saying that's Ryder Lyon's situation because more times than not, he probably come from a background with some money. So that's not really a focal point for him. He's probably more focused on getting there and trying to win a starting spot. Now, BYU must have had some money for him to pass up USC and these other D1 schools, these bigger schools, name wise, for him to go to BYU. Also, you got to look at other things like BYU is quarterback friendly historically. They've had some very good quarterbacks come up out of BYU and they throw that ball. So
That's facts. That's facts.
there's a lot of things that you could point to as to why he chose BYU. You talking about Steve Young, you talking about Ty Detmer, you talking about a bunch of guys that have been successful at that position going to that school. So, I mean, we don't know. There's a bunch of other things outside of just the NIL deal that
For
the reason why.
my next question, it's a trick question. Do you think Ryder Lyon was the best quarterback in Northern California?
Mm.
Let's talk.
I can't say. There's a lot of good guys. First of all, Folsom was a powerhouse.
Okay.
So you can. I mean, look, who knows? We don't know.
I'm going to say no. I'm gonna tell you the best quarterback that was in North Carolina, Willie Nixon.
Willie Nixon.
You,
I
I,
rec-
and
I was really
and
Nixon.
I know you recruited Willie Nixon, but I'm gonna tell you my thesis on this. Boston is a powerhouse school. Crazy front seven. Armio High School, where Willie Nixon went and played, is not a powerhouse school at all. If they flip flop Willie Nixon on Folsom, they're beating Pittsburgh.
Time out. You can't. You got to stop. No.
No,
Time
I'm
out.
not doing it. I'm not. No,
No,
no.
you
I
can't. You
can do that.
can't do the ifs was a fifth. You just got to make a statement. Was he? You
Okay,
asked me.
but the statement is if Willie Nixon was on Folsom High School, they win state. They
Oh,
win state.
Jackson don't hurt his hip. He might be the greatest running back of all time. I'm saying I'm not knocking what you're saying, but you can't do that. You got to go based on just what it
What
is.
happened?
What happened
Ooh.
right now?
Dude, I got confused.
You could say that about a lot of young men that go to bigger schools. You could say the kids that go to Mater Dei and St. John Bosco and some of these bigger schools in California. And then I'll use my high school I graduated from, McClymonds High School in West.
Chris, who you play? Who's dad you play with? My bad. What school your dad? He said he played with. I went to school with and played with his dad. Whatever that is.
Ooh, Willie Nixon.
I think he's talking about. He know Junior. Your dad? Oh, really? Your dad from Fairfield?
Yeah, he went to Armio.
Word? Oh, this crazy. Hey, bro, this is a small world. So so he know his dad. Oh, snap. Hey, this is crazy. This is a small world. Your dad went to Armio and your dad from Fairfield?
Yeah, he
Oh,
went to
wow.
Armio.
So you know Willie's yeah, hey, Chris, I can't tell you too much about Willie Senior's dad. I mean, not Willie Senior, Willie Senior's brother. I can't. So you know about his brother. Okay, damn. Dang. Okay. All right. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Hey, after the show, 91, class of 91. Okay, yeah. After the show, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to call you for real. So you know a lot of because I work at Armio. Okay, so that's off the topic though. My bad. It's a small world, Marsh.
We know this, but
Yeah.
but my point is this: I was recruiting Willie Nixon, so I'm aware, right? But we can't. We gotta stop doing the. I mean, it's cool for the debate and shit, but we gotta stop. Like in real life, we gotta stop doing the if was a fifths and like moving the goalpost to fit a narrative. If you think he was the best quarterback in NorCal, which I think he was pretty good, then just live on that. You ain't got to say, well, if you switch them, a lot of players will be very good at Folsom. I mean, shit. I mean,
I mean, there would be a lot of players good at Folsom.
when you have a program and then you can, if we can go and cherry pick guys, because it's high school, dog. So if we could cherry pick certain guys and place them on certain schools, of course. But just a straight statement. Do you think, you asked me, was he the best quarterback in Northern California? And based on everything, all things being equal, he was.
Nah, he wasn't. But we'll
Okay,
go.
and that's fine. I'm not debating.
I know. I know.
I'm just saying. So it is what it is. But to your point, he led the school. Didn't they win it all this year?
Folsom?
Or they lost?
They lost to Pittsburgh.
They did lose to Pittsburgh. What was
It
the
was
score of that game?
It was a little 5-foot quarterback out there darting stuff. It was a close game. I think it was like 21-28.
Okay, well,
It'd be like that.
be like that sometimes. The sunshine.
And, but hey, I wanted the people to know this. Ryder Lyon is no slouch. That boy is fire. I'm just saying. I'm just saying what Willie Nixon did on that field, bro, different. It was like watching him play was like playing on a video game. But anyway,
I think the issue with him was he had that knee injury.
Yeah, he did. He did have that knee injury, but he bounced back though, like a mug.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So this my next question. Do you guys think the Eagles are going to repeat?
Do what?
You think the Philadelphia Eagles are going to repeat?
No.
Nah.
No?
No.
To be honest,
you guys think they're going to win the Super Bowl then? Or who's the runner-ups? Who y'all think has a chance of winning the Super Bowl? Don't say the Raiders.
Why are you ask me a question? You don't tell me how to answer my question. Shut up.
Just don't want you to say the Raiders.
Our Raiders is making the playoffs. You keep them Dallas Cowboys.
I don't think and Brock is downstairs in the pool right now, and I hope he hears me. They're not making the playoffs this year, bro.
Want to make a bet?
We can do whatever, Marsh. We already got the bet that the Cowboys gonna whoop y'all ass.
Not gonna bluff me. $50 bet.
I want to know. I don't want to bet. Well, if I lose, I give you $50. I want you to take me to BJ's and treat me nice. Yeah, that's what I want. Treat me to BJ. Yeah, treat me nice. Take me to BJ.
We making the playoffs. That's a bet. You heard it here.
No, y'all not gonna Raiders. I'm gonna tell you why y'all not gonna make the playoffs.
No. You asked about the Super Bowl. We'll make the playoffs. Y'all ain't gonna do shit. But let's go to the question.
Raiders aren't gonna make the playoffs. Go ahead.
At the end of the day, I think Kansas City right now is always be a. The reason why I don't think Philadelphia is going to repeat. First of all, they got a huge ass target on their back right now. That's one. Do I think Saquon can repeat the season he just had? No.
I think he's fired though.
Yeah, I'm not negating that. He's a great back.
I'm just
it's hard to do those things back to back, right? Then I haven't watched their team closely, so I don't know all the wheelings and dealings, but I'm pretty sure some guys got paid off that team to leave, right? In free agency or whatnot. Because every time
Slay not there no more.
You see what I'm saying?
Slay not there. What was his name? The safety. He just went to the Texans.
Mm-hmm.
He not there no more.
What safety?
Gardner Johnson, I think.
Oh, yeah.
So they secondary. I don't know what's gonna look like next season.
So that could be an issue, right? Because the team that was together last year was the one that won the Super Bowl. So it's hard to do this shit, especially at the professional level, back to back. It's gonna be very tough. So I don't know. To be honest, there's some teams like I like the Cincinnati Bengals. I think
Oh
Cle-
yeah, too.
I think Cleveland, if they can get a consistent offense, they gonna be problems because Cleveland defense pretty nice. I like going in Cleveland.
I
So
just
you
think I think the Ravens, bro. I think this is the time the Ravens to do it. I
but
think this is the
it's
time.
always it's all they're always in the conversation. But that's
Right.
know
But they
yeah.
have to do it this year. If they don't win the Super Bowl this year, bro, they're gonna go on probably like a 3-4 year losing span.
No.
They're gonna have
Now
to
but
rebuild. They have to rebuild everything because it's not working, bro. They're gonna have.
My
They don't win the
my
Super Bowl.
problem with the Ravens, bro, Lamar always forgets to show up at
No,
the end of the playoffs.
don't say that. Don't say that. Don't
He
say that.
always forgets to show up.
Don't. First of all, Mark Andrews dropped the goddamn ball. So don't
Bro,
say that. Don't get on.
they shouldn't even been in that position for
can
that
we
play to matter.
It doesn't matter. He dropped the ball. Even though I'm not down in Mark Andrews'
so,
football, it happens. But don't get up here and say it's Lamar. It's
so,
Lamar. No,
so we
nigga.
gonna blame the game on one drop ball? No.
I'm not trying to blame. I know it. Come on. All three of us know
We
the
shouldn't
game.
even got there.
Listen, all of us know the game of football. I get it. Lamar started off slow in that playoff game. I completely understand. But it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Can I,
Goddamn. But
can I
don't
say,
but you, brother, don't you get up on here and just say Lamar. No, do not put that on Lamar.
can
The
I
first
say
half, yes.
can I say something? You're very passionate when you speak about Lamar.
Because,
But
bro, because Lamar Jackson is the best quarterback in the NFL. I have to be passionate about it.
Then
one
why
of
hasn't he won?
You said what?
Then why hasn't he won?
Well, I also blame the damn Ravens OC. He
okay,
called a lot of bull crap.
time out. We gotta stop this shit.
No,
Time out.
there ain't no timeout. The Ravens OC does call a lot of bull crap.
Please speak, sir, because you're very passionate about
No,
this show.
because I don't like that. Because look, bro, I love my nappy headed niggas, bro. I'm passionate about
Can I,
my nappy headed
can I
niggas.
get 2 words in, sir?
No,
All I'm as a quarterback and a coach, as a quarterback and a head coach, I think those two spots in particular, they get too much credit for when shit go right, and they get too much blame when shit go left. So I think Lamar Jackson is a phenomenal player. I think the problem in Baltimore is you're not gonna get the caliber of wide receivers and tight ends that you may need to win a Super Bowl. And the reason I say that, because you could just look in free agency. Don't nobody want to go to Baltimore in terms of a receiver or a tight end because they know what they
They're
have
not
over
going to get the ball.
quarterback. Exactly.
no,
And
you right.
it's about numbers, bruh. Let's just say you going into your second contract and you hit the free agent market and you're about to get a payday and it's Baltimore's gonna give you a payday. You're only 25. Motherfucker might go to Baltimore and look very average and he don't have the same value as he once did. Does that make sense? So I'm not knocking Lamar. I think he's a phenomenal player. He's an MVP. Like I just don't think it's all on him. And I do think that to win a Super Bowl, you're gonna have to be a little more, you're gonna have to be better as a passer, in my honest opinion. I think he's such a dynamic guy. Like, here's the thing. I don't know if you should be old enough to remember. So when Vic went to jail and got out, and then he got to sit over there in Philadelphia behind McNabb.
I ain't that young, Marsh. Damn it.
Just saying, hear me out. Because Vic was electrifying in Atlanta. But after he did his little jail thing and came back and he was with the Eagles, he was the best version of himself as a quarterback, bro. He was actually better
Yeah,
because
he was in his technical prime.
But he
because
slowed down.
he wasn't the game so down, and he still could run, but he didn't need to because
He didn't need to.
he became a better passer.
His
Is that
mental got better.
exactly? So I think sometimes with these dynamic quarterbacks that run a lot, they build a team and a situation around these guys that's conducive for that quarterback to flourish. But now when you get to the postseason, everybody who played pro football know this. It's a preseason, it's a regular season, and it's a postseason. All that shit turns up as we go. It gets more difficult. The games mean more. More is on the line. You follow me? So I'm just saying, I think it's not an indictment on him as to why they haven't won a Super Bowl. Totally, right? I just think it's a collective effort. I'm not finna say he's not the guy because he clearly is the goddamn guy. But I think you gotta do some things to open that offense up, and he's gonna have to be a better passer, and you're gonna have to get some big time receivers in there that are willing to go there and make plays. I don't think with him and Derrick Henry and a good defense is gonna be able to do it alone. In this game that's being played in 2025 and beyond.
I think they get it done this year.
Bro, y'all see this shit? It looked like the CFL. 3-4 wide receiver sets. Everybody's in shotgun. Like they're
Facts.
all over the place. You got to be able to throw the ball. The reason why I think Kansas City right now is just like when Tom Brady was playing with the Patriots. Shit, the Patriots always got a chance. You got Tom Brady.
Facts.
Kansas City always gonna have a prime Mahomes. They're gonna be the favorite for me at least anyway. And I hate them motherfuckers. I'm a Raider fan. However, you gotta give credit when credit is due. Right now, Andy Reid runs a great ship, bro. There's nothing you can say about that. And that young man is flourishing in that, and he's in the beginning of his prime. That's the crazy part. Like, dude got a lot of football left, and as long as you got a healthy Mahomes and you got that set up in Kansas City, they gonna be the favorite, dog.
Facts.
Facts. I mean, no, I mean it's facts. Then it's not facts because we know Kansas City's kryptonite is the Buffalo. I mean, not the Buffalo Bill, the Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay, so you're saying Kansas City's kryptonite? Hell, the Raiders blew them out in Kansas City. We've like one of the only teams.
Yeah, not in the playoff.
Listen, can I finish my statement, dog? I'm saying the Raiders have consistently shown the league the blueprint on how to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. But when it counts, ain't nobody beating them motherfuckers. So what does that mean? You keep talking. You just proved my point. Kansas City, they're kryptonite. No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It's their kryptonite.
So who advanced to the Super Bowl? Kansas City or Cincinnati?
That year, the Bengals when they played each other in the playoffs. It was the Bengals.
Brother, who went to the Super Bowl last year?
Right, bro. Come on, they ain't had defense, but you're right. But I'm gonna tell you this right now. Last year. Listen, but I'm saying this right now. I'm not trying to use if it was a fifth this time, Marsh. I'm just being honest. Let me finish, Marsh.
I know, but you're saying that year, man. We're talking about
last year because they got eliminated because I think somebody I forgot who it was that they needed to win. I think it was the Steelers. They needed to win to go to the playoffs, and they were going to play the Kansas City Chiefs first. The Bengals would beat them that last year. They were going to beat them in that playoffs, bro. They didn't want to see it. No, actually, what it was is the Chiefs could have if the Chiefs would have lost because they didn't need to win. They already clinched number one. If the Chiefs would have lost, the Chargers they would have lost to the Chargers. The Kansas City would have had to play the Cincinnati Bengals last year in the playoffs. And I'm telling you this right now, the Bengals would have beat their ass.
You sound like a dumbass 20-year-old.
Sounding like a dumbass nigga. I'm trying to tell you, bro.
Joe
Burrow is the kryptonite to Patrick Mahomes.
You doing all this loud talking. I'm gonna explain to you why that sound dumb as fuck. Because if they're somebody's kryptonite, then they would have advanced so they could play them. What you're simply pointing out is any given Sunday. That's what you're pointing out. I'm telling you consistently the Kansas City Chiefs is one of them teams. I don't give a shit about no Bengals right now. They haven't proved it consistently. 1 year does not make them the kryptonite, bro.
I'm telling you, Marsh, they would. You know the game of football, Marsh. It's about matchup, brother.
No, woulda, because it didn't happen.
Shout out the Bengals.
So Chris said Denver needed to win in Miami. needed to win. Kansas City blew that game against Denver because they did not want the Bengals in the playoffs against them. Thank you, Chris. Chris, you need to come on the show, OG. God damn it, because every time I get on it, Marsh be killing me, bro.
Don't mean shit. We don't have proof of that.
Bro, because I'm telling you, the Bengals is the team to beat the Kansas City.
Listen, can you just listen with all this crazy aggression?
Listening to you.
Listen what I'm saying, bro. It don't matter. We're talking consistently. We ain't talk. Listen, don't respond yet. Yes, I played in the league. I played 12 years of pro football. I know how this shit works. That we can't prove that they purposely did one thing or the other because they didn't want to play the Bengals. Listen to what I'm saying, dog. Consistently. Are the Bengals in the fucking playoffs challenging for a Super Bowl berth?
No. They struggled on defense last year.
So
no, like I said, they would beat them. They was going to beat them round one, bro. And you know the game of football. You know the game of football. You know all you got to do. No, wait, Marsh. All you got to do, and you know this in football, you just have to be better that day.
That's every game, but it don't matter. You consistently do it. I don't want to hear shit.
Like I said, any given day. You know this, Marsh. It's any given day.
You're proving my point. You keep saying this. They woulda. Oh, I know. I know they woulda did it. Man, get the fuck out. They still play the game, dog. That's all I'm saying. When you listen, we're talking about professional football. When you're the creme of the creme, when you're top of the top, cream of the crop, man, I don't care about no one-off year and this game, all this shit. That don't matter. Okay, prime example, proving my point. My Raiders, listen, my Raiders go to Kansas City and beat the brakes off Kansas City.
Speaking of Cincinnati, did that rookie ever sign the first rounder?
You said what?
Did that rookie first rounder ever sign?
What about him?
Did he ever sign?
Oh, for Cincinnati?
Yeah, that D lineman.
I don't know. You know his name? Let me look it up.
I don't think he ever signed. I think he's talking about going into next year's draft.
Oh, you talking about the one they won't pay?
Yeah.
Who's the rookie?
Okay, so I listen. Here's my question back. How many sacks did that draft pick have last year in college?
I don't remember what his name was. I don't know what was his name.
Okay, I feel him too, but okay, so I know some insides.
You said what, Marsh? Where'd he go? Damn, he just he got bad service. What's his?
Shamar Stewart.
Shamar Stewart. Can you look up his stats?
Yeah, I'm looking up his stats right now.
Because no, that's
right.
That's it. What was his name again?
Shamar Stewart.
Shamar Stewart. Marsh. Hold on.
Went to Texas A&M.
He was a first rounder. Hold on, we having some tactical.
Yeah, he was a first round pick.
Hold on, y'all. I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties.
All right.
He was their first pick. So you can go back.
So career, it looked like career. He spent his whole career at Texas A&M. What is this? Tackles, 65 tackles, 12 sacks. No, 4.5 sacks. 12 tackles.
Okay. So with 4.5 sacks, do y'all think that he should be doing what he's doing in terms of holding out?
And yeah, this is in 37 games, 35 solo tackles, 35 assisted. What is this? Combined 65, 12 tackles for loss, 4.5 sacks, 0 INTs. I don't think he got two fumble recoveries for 43 yards, one for a touchdown. Nope, he got one forced fumble.
So
what's his name again?
Shamar Stewart.
Shamar Stewart? Shamar Stewart is not good enough to be doing all that.
But no, we can't say that because I believe all these young men need to get their bag. Because it's called the NFL reason. It's called the not.
He ain't playing NFL snap.
It don't matter.
I think it does matter, Marsh.
I don't think so.
I mean, bro, then he should have stayed his ass in college.
No,
Yeah,
y'all.
nah, he definitely where he should be, but he should just went ahead and signed them papers.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying. But since I know some information, historically, the Cincinnati Bengals don't like to pay.
Well, yeah, we seen that with Jamar. We seen that with T.
With Higgins chose to take that pay cut, though.
No, they don't like to pay, bro. Let me tell you how bad it get.
Talk with me.
Professional football. I heard that they was putting out used socks and jock straps in there in a bin.
The Bengals are not. There's no way the Bengals is using used socks
Like
and straps, bro.
washed, Carl, washed in a bin. Go in that bin.
So that's where Chad Johnson get that bull crap from?
Hey man, I'm just saying.
Bro, they really do that?
All I'm saying is there was a lot of talk about the Cincinnati Bengals organization from a lot of players.
I ain't know all that.
Hey, look, Cincinnati players, look, y'all can always come to Jerry's World because over here at Dallas, we pay.
Shut up. Don't nobody want to play for no damn.
Don't nobody want to play for the Dallas Cowboys. Y'all ain't really know better.
Hey, Jamar Chase, if you watching, we pay. Higgins, we pay.
Hey, man, don't nobody.
Pay. Jerry gonna have you at an all-white party. Jerry gonna have you at an all-white party, taking shots with Michael Rubin. Relax.
At least Jerry pays.
I'm gonna tell you something too. Jerry ain't gonna be kicking it too much longer anyway, so that would be a bad move.
No, that'd be the perfect move because once Jerry, go have a conversation with Jesus. I don't wish that on no one, but ain't nobody. We gonna start getting cheap over here down here in Texas.
No, you're not. I'm gonna tell you what.
You gonna start getting cheap down here in Texas, boy.
It just depends on how the family runs the organization. I think Jerry Jones did a great deal for the National Football League as well as Al Davis. Here's the problem with those type of guys. Al Davis spearheaded a lot of stuff. He was the first to do a lot of stuff, especially with African Americans, indigenous, the Latinos. Like he did a lot. He's one of the people that helped get the merger done with the AFL and the NFL, right? So they spearheaded a lot of firsts, but then it's like they got old and they start trying to do it the same way they were doing it, and that method no longer works. For example, Al Davis will always draft, big fast guy, right? And in the 70s and the early 80s and the early part of the 90s, that shit will work. But we're at a point now where everybody's big and fast. So it doesn't work anymore. Jerry does a lot of that old school shit too. He spends a lot of money. Roster on paper looks phenomenal, but it just don't happen. Mm-hmm. So I think you need to get some young people in there, some young football. See, I think the other thing is too, those are polarizing figures. You know what I mean? They're not coaches. You own the team. Yeah, you the man who signed the checks, but that's why you go hire football people to run your organization. When owners try to meddle in the day-to-day things that you have to do with the football team, it never works.
Don't work. That's facts.
I mean, shit. If I'm an owner, I love making money, right? If that was the case, why am I hiring coaches and general managers and shit? I'll just do it myself. I'll own the team and I'll coach it. I'll be the head coach. You can't be Puff Daddy all in the videos, all on the records. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, as the owner, you got the deep pockets. This is your baby. You get a board together. You got your general manager, you got your CEO, your CFO, whoever the hell, and you got a board meetings. But then when it comes to football operations, you got your head coach and your general manager, and then all the assistant coaches. They run the operation day to day. You're the money guy, though. Yes, you have the final say, But when you do too much, I think it ruins what they're trying to do, what you hired them to do. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes
He's
sense.
too
But
he's too hands-on. And I don't think that's why it hasn't worked.
nah, yeah,
He's
he's definitely too hands on.
I mean, like I said, bro, we'll win the Super Bowl eventually. You just gotta be.
All I'm saying is you don't see the Chiefs owner as much as you see Jerry.
No, y'all right, but right now neither of y'all are Cowboys fans. So I just think I should mind y'all business, and like I said, we'll end up winning the Super Bowl
man, so your goddamn business, punk.
because you're a Raiders fan, nigga.
That mean what does that? You're not even from Dallas, punk.
When the last
You're
time
not
the
even
Dallas
from Vegas,
Cowboys won the
punk.
Super Bowl?
They will always. I'm from Oakland, California. They will always be the Oakland Raiders.
No, they are now the Las Vegas.
They are.
So this is why I heard.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, they always gonna be the Oakland Raiders, dog.
No. This is why I hurt y'all feelings. If they're such Oakland Raiders, why ain't y'all want to pay the money for the new stadium?
Why you saying y'all? We
You acted like it was the Citizens' fault, man.
Hey.
I need this for the content to make everybody in Oakland mad. Why ain't y'all get? And y'all lost the A's. They in Sacktown now, baby. You gonna?
Hey,
Hey, you want to? Hey, Marsh, you
Yes,
want to?
Dave Chappelle. Shut up. I'm sick of
Hey, Marsh, you want to go to Sack and go watch the A's?
absolutely.
At the River Cat Stadium?
No.
You know what? They go to the River Cat Stadium.
You know they always be the Oakland Raiders because when they first moved, still wearing Oakland Raiders shit on the sideline.
They definitely was.
Hey, bro, you know we love Oakland, man. Shout out to Oaktown, bro. Ain't nothing like town business, bro. We love the town. But hey, since we, I wanna ask you, actually both of y'all this question because y'all all played higher levels of football. I was a D2 guy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all both went D1, but I want to ask the question because a lot of young men are going off to college, and you know they're in relationships, yeah, and their girlfriends are going to X and O different school, and they're not in the same school as them.
Get rid of her.
Exactly. What?
So we're gonna merge into deep before we end the show. But what is your advice to a young man that's in a relationship that's about to go to college, and him and his girlfriend going separate ways, and the female distraction that it is in college? Because y'all, we know how college get down. So I want to take this time out to educate our young athletes going out to go to college. And my perspective, if you're a young athlete, and I want you to listen to me clear. You're a young athlete and you going D1 or whatever. I want you to listen to me clear. I'm gonna take the shades off. And you listen. Exactly. And your girlfriend is going to Georgia, Alabama,
Fresno State.
Fresno. No. Because I know how
Fresno State.
Your girlfriend goes to Fresno,
Bulldog Lane.
San Jose.
He stayed at Palazzo.
Yeah.
Bulldog Village.
All that. You know what I'm saying? You need to leave her. You need to focus on God and get into the NFL. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Campus Edge.
Because like I said, I ain't going to say too much. But there's some things about Josh Allen when his joint was over there at Fresno cheerleading. I ain't going to say nothing, though.
Ooh, I went to high school with her, too. Ooh.
So, look. So, I ain't going to say nothing too much. But just know I know a lot of homies at Fresno. Josh Allen girls at Fresno.
Hey, I got a lot of respect for Josh. I was training with him when I was going through my draft process. All respect to the homie.
Hey, it's all respect to Josh Allen, but it just shows you it can happen anytime
to anybody.
Place. I don't care how much money you got, how tall you are, how strong you are, it can still happen to you. A wise man named by All Black from Oakland, California, once said, just because it shines and look good don't mean it's gold. Hey, focus on your purse. Purse
and
first,
not the one you carry, young
and
men.
yeah, not the one you carry. But
So
Nah,
focus on that bag, because I'm telling y'all, a lot of you youngins that's going off to college, especially D-March train, a lot of youngins going off to college. You got a girl, and your girl going to a different school, bro. You need to let it go.
I'll
I
say
think
this.
I tried to let
bro,
it go.
I ain't
I'll,
gonna lie to you, bro. Not just answering that, bro. Like honestly, it's a bigger distraction. In all honesty, just being serious, it's a bigger distraction. Even just having a girl and she at a different school, because one, you got to think, bro. Like as a freshman going into college, you got camp. So
Mhm.
that means for 20, 21 days, 25 days, however long it is, you got to be focused on that, and then getting text messages in between practice and workouts or something, or a phone call at the end of the day at 10 p.m. when you gotta wake up again at 4:30 a.m. so you can be at the facility at 5. You know what I mean? So now that's a distraction during that you don't even want to have to deal with. Then you get into the season, right? And let's say your girl come visit you. Let's say your girl come down to visit, right? It's football season. She come to the game, right? Home game. First home game of the season. She want to go see her boo, right? Look, this is where the problem gonna start. Cause y'all still gonna be in love and doing this, that, and oh, my boyfriend go to Auburn. Like she gonna go out there. She gonna go to Auburn. First home game of the year. She gonna see her boyfriend, before the game start, give him a little hug kiss before they go suit it up. After the game, after her boyfriend then ran out that tunnel. After her boyfriend maybe got a couple tackles, a couple runs, a couple catches. They said his name on a loudspeaker. She gonna see how all the girls start reacting to that.
Mhm.
And you know what's gonna happen? She
It's a,
gotta go back home to her campus.
mhm.
And when she's home, you're gonna go to a party. You're going to.
Definitely.
And she's gonna think, she gonna say, all she gonna see is the girls looking around talking about, oh my God, good job. As he was running out, getting ready to go. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just gonna be match.
So
I,
I'll
I'm
say
glad you said this.
let's say this for all the YNs. Right? When I went off to college, we didn't cell phones weren't out like they are now. I had a beeper still, right? And we had house phones. So here's
Mm.
the deal.
You had the
It wasn't
rotary, like you had the
no, we come on now, dog. We had the touch.
like the
No, we ain't. I know what a rotary phone. I grew up with a rotary phone. I'm just saying, like y'all trolling now. No, what I'm saying is this: we had beepers, dog. You still had a phone at the apartment or in the dorm, so the communication was less. There was no internet like it is today. It was like AOL dial-up. It wasn't no social media, none of this shit. So you could actually do it probably more efficient back then. Have a girlfriend and go off to college back then because the communication was not as constant or rapid, if that makes sense,
That's
right?
right.
So then you could kind of focus more. But even then, you need to be locked in trying to make that opening game day roster. You don't want a red shirt, right?
And a red
So
shirt beat.
exactly. So I can't be focused, but once again I'm come from a different cloth, so it didn't matter. The girls was gonna be there. Boom, I'm doing this football thing. You'll get your attention after the game or after practice. That's how it should be. In terms of the setup of today, because I coach JC football, right? These dudes got their phones before the game, taking pictures in their uniform in the shower. Like
Oh,
it's a
I
lot of,
cussed out.
but I'm just saying that's what this shit done turned into, right? So these girls will sidetrack you from your goal, from your bag, from where you're supposed to be focused on. Get what I'm saying? So you
That's
just
right.
gotta lock in. I'm gonna say it here right now. If you got a little girlfriend and you're leaving off from high school to go to college, you probably wanna let her go.
Hey,
Because
let
here's the
it
thing, too.
go.
You just illustrated it. You're gonna, dude. You're at a whole different campus. You not gonna sit in the house, sitting by the, with your cell phone in your hand, waiting to talk to her.
Like this all day. You're not doing
Nah,
that. And if
doing.
you're doing that, what?
And then
And if you're doing
take
that, what?
let me take it a little further. Forget what you got going on. What she might have going on.
That's
Again,
the
bro,
other side of the story. Look, cause she didn't see you getting all this play with the girl. She gonna be like, "Oh, I'm gonna go
it's
ahead.
my cake and I can eat it too.
Corey just a friend."
Oh, that was crazy.
I told you, bro, Josh Allen was balling in Wyoming.
Yeah, he
Balling,
was.
having fun, throwing dots, getting touchdowns.
Hey, bro.
You know he wanted to go to Fresno State.
Yeah,
Huh?
they didn't want him. They said he wasn't good enough.
See,
No,
yeah,
I grew up like I'm not gonna put her name out there, but no, I went to high school with her. Went to high school with her. I went to college with her. I knew her like
Strike one, caught me by surprise. Strike two,
But
right before
yeah, no, definitely.
this one's to the floor.
hey, what you say is just your turn?
Yeah.
Huh?
It's just your turn, my
It's
guy.
your turn.
Hey,
It's
that's
just your turn. But like
without being derogatory and negative on some real shit real quick. You know, I have a son, I have 2 daughters, I have 2 stepsons, right? What I tell all my players, all my own kids, and what I tell all my young men that I'm training and coaching is here's the thing. You as a man, it's a rites of passage to get that heart broke, right? And you gotta understand, you gotta love you more than you could love anyone else. If you have to first be able to love yourself, right? If you're not fully in love, like I love me some me. I love Dante. I love everything about me. That's why I'm available to love someone else or some other people because I am truly in love with myself. Does that make sense? You have to have that in order to have enough to give to someone else. Because if you don't love yourself, man, you spinning your wheels. So at the end of the day, guess what? Women come and go, men come and go,
Mm,
relationships come and go. You only have a small window to capitalize on what you want to do as far as a career or a dream that you're trying to live out, right? It's like a window. Every year that motherfucker getting tighter and tighter, closer and closer to closing on you, right? So you gotta get in there before it closes. So at the end of the day, if you got a chick, you have to know when you going off to college, all this booed up shit, you got to be locked in and focused. And more times than not, you're not going to marry that girl. You've been with her since you was 16, 17 years old. You got a whole life to live. You know what I'm saying? So when you
unless you're a Mormon or something, you might be all right. But
with Mormon, dog, yo, listen, what you religion and faith to me are two different things.
well, I'm
You
just
get
saying, if she was like a small town girl and
it,
she, well, nah, you can still get got. Never mind.
you gonna fall like you could
I'm just
still
trying to, I'm just trying to sprinkle a little hope on these young
dog,
niggas.
it's not about that because people grow. Listen, when you somebody at 17 and now you're 25 and now you're 30 and now you're 35, you're not the same person you were at 17. You
No,
you you didn't even mature enough to know what you really liked or didn't like at 17. This is
that's
not the
facts.
1940s where our grandparents got married at 16, 17 years old. We talking about now. So it
That's
don't matter
facts.
what your religious beliefs are. You that's not gonna trump. So you just gonna stay married to somebody because of your because what you believe in your religion, and you're gonna be miserable when you don't even really love that person or like that person. You just gonna stay in that relationship because I got to do it because of my religion. No, you're not. You're a you're a,
no, you're 100% right, nigga.
you're a human. So whether you want
I was just, I was just trying to give them a little hope, March. That's all, nigga.
no, you get
Hey,
hope. Here's the hope, young people. Chase your bag. Chase success. Be a
all
high
March, you
man.
have to say purse. They don't understand that. You gotta say
I don't rock like that. You got to be a high value man.
yeah.
nah facts. Chase that bag. The women always gonna be there. Listen, a wise man once said,
Say
right?
it.
Listen, a wise man once said, you will always lose your bag
Chasing.
chasing women, but you
Yes.
will never lose women
In the back.
chasing your bag.
Check.
Listen, come on, man.
Uh,
So this leads to my last and final discussion, since we're talking about that. I don't know if you know too much about the DD.
Ooh,
They got the DDG situation. Yes, Chris, they did get worse. These women have gotten worse. These women ain't back in your days, in March
Oh,
days. Yeah,
man, back in y'all days when y'all had pagers and Walkmans and
yeah,
hey,
y'all
y'all
actually,
had to send carrier pigeons to
no,
yeah,
we
link up.
and I
no,
salute to Chris and Marsha's generation because back then you actually had to have game. You couldn't
we,
sit there and text and think of something, bro. It was on site. It was
Hey,
like, bro, you got to think quick or she
this is
gonna.
a tangent though. But why all y'all from that generation got bald heads?
okay. So look,
Like
I'm bald by choice. I grow.
every bald dude says that.
No. Oh no. I grow a full head of hair back. I had dreads, hella long. I had 360 waves. I had a fro hawk. I had all this shit.
That's when you was 16.
No, Carl,
He
when you
had dreads when he was in Canada.
out playing in CFL,
He had
like
long dreads. You know,
because listen, I got
but
my hair still. It grows. Matter of fact, I'm gonna shave it tonight. I save money, dog. I only spend about $15 on my little razor line on my beard. I shave my own head every 3 days. I'm saving money, baby.
but but the thing is with that, um,
Less maintenance.
yeah, it's less maintenance, but like he said, like y'all all choose to go bald. Like it's a trend.
Not
Just
all of some of us. Some of them. Some
majority of y'all.
gotta go bald because they start losing hair. I didn't lose my hair. I just was like, hey, I'm not paying 35, 40, $50 for no haircut.
So you just let it go like that. You just said out of the blue. You just said I
No,
ain't doing this no more.
I was still playing ball, right? Because I played till I was 35. So what I did was I used to always get my hair cut real low.
Uh huh.
Like I said, 35. I had a nose ring. I had a mohawk. I was all, with all the shit. The faded, you know what I'm saying, little mohawk.
Yeah.
But when I was going to Canada back and forth, I couldn't find my first cousin is a very good barber in Oakland. So when I used to travel and shit, I couldn't get the same caliber of haircut. Because if you let somebody else touch your hair, they could push your line back and shit, right? So it kind of started like that. And then, like I said, I had long ass dreads. When I
Mhm.
cut my hair off, I'm just like, all right, I took it down hella low and just lined it up. I was like, when I was younger, shit, I used to think I looked stupid with a bald head. Then I had it hella low, like, you know what I'm saying? To where
Yeah.
you could find it. And I was like, well, shit, fuck it. I just started, kept doing that, kept doing that. Then finally, my homeboy told me how to do it with a razor. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just, it's already hella low. I'll just start doing with a razor. And then I just kept doing it. And it was like, it wasn't nothing.
So with that being said, bald headed brother. Oh, your dad said take your hat off too.
I think he was talking about you.
Uh, we both got hats on. I don't know. My journey already bad. Like I gotta go get a cut Monday.
But see,
Hey,
okay, that's another thing. Yeah, that's like a woman tendency. Oh man, I can't holler because I ain't got no haircut. Man,
oh,
come
I
on.
still holler with looking like this.
Oh, I'm hot without a haircut or not now.
Y'all, I'm not saying y'all specifically
Oh, you
person
saying the generation?
and people in general. Oh man, I'm looking, man, if you got game, see, going back to your point, in my era, we would go to the mall, right? Old school Hilltop out there in Richmond,
Listen,
Eastmont, MB
we go
Mall.
ahead, we
We
can
every
take that off now.
day fair, right? We'll pop up at the mall, stay at the mall all day, get numbers. Hey, who got the most numbers at the end of the day? You actually had to talk to somebody. So
Yeah,
it
that's that DMV.
Y'all YNs ain't got no game. That's y'all problem.
that's
Yeah,
the
That's
you
y'all
YN,
problem.
yo, you YNs ain't got no game on Instagram and Tinder and Bumble and Hinge and all that.
You
Y'all
YNs,
pull up on
y'all start shaking in y'all boots when a woman come up to you and start talking. Say it again.
yeah,
Start
yeah.
start
YNs
shaking.
start shaking in y'all boots. But
Look, that. Mm-hmm.
But Marge, when you get back in here, he said, "Ease my yeah, your daddy really from the way. I gotta holler at you. Hey Chris, we gotta chop it up, bro, for real.
hey,
You know
what
my peoples know you, so that's crazy. Hey, but Marge, I want to say something. So DDG is a Durant Square. Marge, Chris said, but look,
for sure, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. We got to get your dad on the show. Bro, hella cool. But Marshall DDG and his girl. So I guess
it's 6 o'clock.
I guess it's like a thing. He couldn't see his kid. Kalon, can you?
So DDG right now, you heard about it. I don't know if you heard about it, but he's going through legal battles with his baby mama Halle Bailey, the Little Mermaid.
The ugly Halle Berry version.
I know.
Damn, I want to say that. My fault.
You said the Halle Berry version. Is that what you said?
No, the ugly Halle Berry.
Oh, the ugly Halle Berry version. Nah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So
I didn't mean to say that. But DDG can't whip me, so I'm good. Anyway, go ahead.
But yeah, so basically, long story short, he going through legal battles because they have a 1-year-old son. But she's signed to Rock Nation. And so basically it's conspiracy that Rock Nation got something behind it because now DDG is starting to pop. They don't want, but again, it's just a lot of Hollywood mess going on. Now it's Halle put out that DDG hitter, like with some pictures of bruises, but then it was text messages shows that Halle actually was the abuser. And now it got the internet really, going back and forth versus. What you think about that type of
so this is what I think. All bullshit to the side. I think people got to get a life. This phone is gonna be the end of humanity. All bullshit to the side. Because we
fact?
put too much value in things that is none of our business. We put too much value on shit that don't mean nothing. A lot of this gossip shit, and it's what's sad is it turned a lot of men into gossipers now too. Like it's cool to have the barbershop talk, like how we kind of doing these podcasts. That's cool, but for it to be a everyday, you're consuming gossip, and we're taking our attention to this phone and social media and online stuff that like we're kind of out of touch. And I'm not saying us individually per se. I'm saying as a generation below us, this is what's going on. They don't even know how to talk to anybody. Because I'm a teacher, so you talking to, they don't even look you in your eye. They always got this phone. It's like they've created ADHD.
It's like people walking around with AirPods on.
Well, that too, but I'm saying like we shouldn't be so consumed with bullshit that ain't got nothing to do with us. Like DD's issues is his issues. I still gotta take care of my household. I still gotta go do what I need to do for my household. I don't have time to get overly consumed with somebody I don't even know. Right? I mean, yes, these are regular normal people. When I was playing pro ball, I hung around a lot of celebrities and stuff. People, if you never hung around pro athletes and celebrities, it ain't what you think. Just straight up. Good and bad. It's not what you think. Normal people just in a good position. And that position might be better than yours. That's all it is. So, we put humans on pedestals that we shouldn't. And it's just, it's something that I really don't care. But I will say this to all my young men. Focus on success. I don't want to keep saying bag because it makes it monetary. When I say success, I'm talking about go get educated. Go learn a trade. Go become the version of yourself. Go get yourself together first. Then you're gonna be a desirable guy. So now you got options. When you little JoJo from the block and you ain't got much to offer, you don't have many options. So I'm encouraging young men. That's why I do motivational speaking to young dudes. I'm telling them, hey, I'm an inner city kid. I made it. I'm not no square. I went through all that shit to become who I became. But football was my way out. So at the end of the day, I know what it is. You get what I'm saying? Young people try to kind of think that you can't relate. Like, OG. I'm only 46. I'm a young 46. It ain't nothing new under the sun, bro. So at the end of the day, go take care of you. If you put yourself in these positions to be successful, then you have options. Then you ain't gotta mess with little Tracy from the block.
You get to hand pick them, huh, Marsh?
Yeah.
Hey man,
They start flocking to you, huh?
Man. But look, thank y'all for being on the show. We're gonna end it right here. I'm gonna make some good clips out of this, bro. Appreciate everybody, man. Hey, Chris, we gotta chop it up. I ain't know Chris was from the field, bro. We gotta chop it up.
Yeah, from Brookfield Village, Oakland. My granny
East
sitting
Oakland.
there right now.
See? Okay, see, look, we got another North Carolina. Hey, Oakland, California may be the best city as far as giving free game. But I'm not. That's a whole different topic.
Now, the best OGs definitely come from the Bay Area. You feel me?
No. Let's not say Bay Area. I'm going to say Oakland.
Nah, because you're going to get some game from Vallejo, too. You're going to get some game
Not
from
as much as Oakland.
Okay. Listen, you're going to get some game from Richmond. You're going to get some game from Vallejo. You're going to get some game from San Fran. You're going to get some game all over the place, brother. I got some OGs from Berkeley that gave me some game.
And so, you're going to get some game from EPA. Come on. You're going to get game from everywhere.
Like I said, I love the Bay, but I'm going to just put Oakland as the capital, bro.
You're going to even get game from San Ho. And that's on the, you feel me?
You can get some game from Backerville.
You feel me? Stop playing. The Bay Area. Hey, NorCal better than SoCal. I'm going to say that right now.
Better SoCal all day.
Yeah, so NorCal, don't know about even rock with SoCal for real. It's really NorCal or die.
But look, I appreciate everybody joining. Remember, this is the locker room chat. They can't see you, they can't hear you. It's just the locker room. So please chat. So we out. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
That was good. That wasn't bad.